Here is Altor safely parked up in Hestur, a place we feel very much at home in. But there is an island next door called Koltur that Asher has always been fascinated with, and when we were asked if we'd like to go along for a visit, there was only one answer. So welcome on board the good ship Ennitime, owned by cool local character Bírgír Enni, and captained today by his good friend Morten.
Yes, fantastic.
Taking advantage of the tide, Koltur was just a short hop away.
We are now really close to the shore of Koltur, and I can see those little houses with grass-covered roof, and I love them.
Just about to pick up a mooring buoy here so we can go ashore. But I can't see if there's a pickup line on there, so give it a go.
Oh, you are good at pickup lines, don't you worry.
Ha! Very good, dude. I don't know where I'm going, but I do know where I've been. I sure as hell don't get everything right, but I try, and I'm becoming less green. The path is narrow, the sides so steep, and the bottom's too far to be seen. But I worry less and laugh a lot more now that I'm living my dream.
Yes. I'm going to take this rope here, yeah. What can we do?
And we just got it.
We can eat that seaweed, it's good.
I'd say so.
Thanks, Bírgír. Looks like seaweed on the menu for me. Asher has wanted to come to what she calls the ski slope island for ages. Koltur means colt and is inextricably linked to its neighbouring island Hestur, meaning horse. That rooster looks pretty randy. I reckon those hens have been cocked more times than David Crockett's rifle. Sorry about that. No more cocking about, I promise. Excavations have shown that barley was cultivated on this island as long ago as 8 to 900 AD. The old houses here are wooden boxes built inside their outer stone walls, and most of the wood used was driftwood gifted by the sea. And the old fishing buoys on display, well, they are stomachs and bladders from sheep and cows. To me, these items, and indeed the houses, are signs of survival, which was never going to be easy in an extreme place like this, where in the winter the ferocious sea can surge up the 60-metre exposed western cliff and roll through the village. Thankfully, green technology has made life on the island easier.
It will start now.
Backed up, of course, by good old dinosaur juice. Where would we be without you? Oh, stop it, Mark. The world will work without it. Course it will. Just taking advantage of this old stone wall to get some shelter from the wind. Asher and I have had a fantastic time touring this island here, the giant ski slope which is Koltur, and thank you very much to Bírgír and Morten for just saying, right, come on, island tour time, and off we went. They're awesome people, we love being here. We leave an empty pontoon behind. Hestur has been our home for 11 nights. The time just vanishes here, it's such a magical place. Sometimes, if I'm misbehaving, Asher will ask me, "What's your problem?" And my answer is always many and varied. And I suspect that that's the same for all of us. None of us are experts. This is our first time, right? But being surrounded by these huge, silent, wise elders seems to make sense of everything to me. And that's why I think it's magic here. We never get tired of coming to Fuglafjørður. 2020 we first came here and we loved it immediately. I love how you come around the corner and you see the town at the end of the fjord. It looks so beautiful. We're going to tuck ourselves into the harbour and feel at home once again. Sometimes I surprise myself with how I cast aside my man points on this channel, and it doesn't always come easy. I have to bypass the guard that is my ego. But shouldn't we all do that? Shouldn't we all be totally open and honest? And then our true lives and destiny will open out in front of us, and we will be free to lead the lives that we are meant to live. Or am I just talking bollocks? It's up to you to decide, and that is the beauty of freedom.
I don't know why this place makes me smile so much. It's like a milestone for us coming back here. It's just awesome. I love it.
The following morning, we had breakfast with Catherine and Daniel before waving them off on their way back to Tórshavn. See you around the next headland.
See you, Daniel. See you, Catherine. Stay safe. Morning.
Yeah, that's good back there, thank you. That was a long trip.
Excited to be back in Fuglafjørður.
Just when we thought we were relaxing in Fuglafjord, Mother Nature delivered some different news.
Such is this wonderful sailing life that we've only been in Fuglafjord, our Faroe Islands favourite, for a couple of days, and we've spotted a weather window that we need to jump on. So we've just been down to see the harbour master to talk to him about getting some diesel. We're lucky that we managed to catch up with Eileen and her daughter Ronja the night before last. But for now we'll be saying goodbye to Fuglafjord, and as I look over here, our diesel man has just turned up. So we will be filling the tanks, getting Altor ready, and off at 5 o'clock or thereabouts, bound for Iceland. Ready?
Ready?
You're on the helm, my love. We are
Okay.
off.
How are we on the bow?
We're good. Turn the other way. That's it, full lock. Otherwise you're going to have the bow going in where you don't want it to.
In what I felt was silent approval, the wise elders watched as we departed their shores. After all, we were off to visit some of their extended family further north.
We've just popped out of the top of the Faroe Islands on this beautiful evening. We've got 12.5 knots of breeze and it's just forward of the beam, which is as per the forecast, and I think it's going to go behind the beam and then basically end up as a run. But the engine is off. It's peace and quiet time on Altor. It was the longest day yesterday, so we're not going to have any darkness sailing up to Iceland. And this is the start of our passage. 250 miles to go to the nearest port in Iceland for us. Maybe 350 if we go to the furthest one that we plan. We'll see what happens and go with the flow.
I'm lucky to enjoy a clear conscience, so I don't have anything to run away from. And yet, every time I go to sea, it feels like I am running away. But I mean that in an excitable, childlike way. So when I feel those tingling childish emotions, it makes me very happy that the little boy is still alive and well inside.
5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, foggy. Radar on?
Yes.
Well, it's quite a nice comfy ride, I have to say. Down there, nice and quiet. No banging around like we had coming up from Scrabster. Downwind again. Lovely. 120. Pretty much spot on, eh?
Yeah, very pleasant.
Good. One thing that you find a lot in the more northern latitudes is that the fog can close in very quickly and at any time. But we have the AIS alarm on and the radar on too, so I feel pretty happy, to be honest. Nothing is around us. The sea is quite flat, so we're not picking up any waves on the radar. So I think that will give us a good warning between those two systems if anything is getting near to us. But we've got 5.5 knots. I think we're against the tide, and the tide's getting a bit stronger because it's 4.7 knots here and there. But we're doing good.
So now we have the preventer on the main, on the starboard side, and we need to pull out the jib to port. It's not easy to hold on when it's rolling so much.
It's not easy. I just hope we can roll it out, even though we're a little bit rolling the jib out upwind. We might bear away just a bit more and then see if we can get it out, because I think it will stabilise us and I think we'll be better off. So we're dead downwind now, and we really need the main and jib on opposite sides to try and give us a little bit of stability. It's always going to be a bit rolly, dead downwind, but we need to be bearing away to point at Iceland or the east coast. So hopefully we'll stay like this for quite some time.
Oh, that looks beautiful. I miss strawberries.
It's what we need, eh?
It's like a summer theme.
Well, summer is happening, look. It's foggy, it's rough, it's cold. What more do you want? It's been a very relaxing passage so far. We are 24 hours in and pretty much slap bang in the middle between Iceland and the Faroe Islands. And I'm relaxing in the very warm cockpit enclosure thanks to the sunshine. There's not much going on, so if it continues like this, I think I'll check back in on this in about 100 miles time.
The sea state changed and now we have big rollers. It started raining and the wind is shifting a little bit, so I actually had to point up, which is not ideal in the situation today because we have to bear away to go up the coast north, at least to Svalbard, which could be our first port of call, and if not, we maybe go further north or even around the corner to Rhode.
Like the mountains, the sea is old and wise too, and to be alone out here with your thoughts can have a profound effect.
I felt that kind of anxiety was descending upon me, and although I didn't feel seasick, I took a seasickness tablet because I think the seasickness tablets alleviate anxiety more than they alleviate any stomach issues with the uncomfortable sea motion. But and I'm thinking now, what causes the anxiety? And I'm just looking around and the endless horizon and the rain and just surfing on the waves. It's kind of beautiful and terrifying at the same time. And knowing that you were asleep down there, I think that's what gives me the comfort that I can actually do it, because I often think I can't. I love you.
I've been good to my word. I haven't picked up the camera for 100 miles. It's now 226 miles since we left the Faroe Islands. I think Ash did something in between, or at least that's what you told me that you did. But I won't really know until I actually look at the footage and edit it. But the situation is, we are about 30 miles off the east coast of Iceland. We've decided to push on past Svalbard because, well, you can see how tough it is out here today. Nice consistent 15 knots when we're with the tide. We're doing 6.5, when we're against it we're doing 4.5 to 5. We can live with both of those numbers.
We spent much of this journey surrounded by fog, but eventually through the gloom the glorious Iceland revealed itself to us. "5 o'clock in the morning, 60 hours after leaving the Faroe Islands. we're approaching Vopnafjordur, and I know that's not the right way to pronounce it because when I spoke to the Icelandic Coast Guard and told them our destination, there was a silence that told me I wasn't saying it right. But anyway, they do know where we are coming. It's windy. Ash is a little bit nervous because I've left her on the helm and said you can get this boat up this channel. So we've got to find a place, and as usual the wind is blowing up just to give us a last minute challenge. But hopefully soon we'll be tied up and having a whiskey. As far as I'm concerned, it's impossible to call a life like this just a physical journey. To us, it's a lot more than that, and we hope you enjoy us sharing it with you. Thank you very much for watching. Altor out.